Man's fascination with mysterious bright lights in the sky has been a long and strange one. While some believe UFO sightings go back as far as biblical times, the modern obsession began in 1947 when American businessman Arnold Kenneth piloted a small private plane on a business trip. A few minutes before 3 o'clock p.m., while over Mineral, Washington, Kenneth spotted a number of strange aircraft flying in formation to his left. He described them as small circular metallic objects, but one in particular that caught his eye was crescent-shaped with pointed tips. In his official report, he said they flew erratically like a saucer skipping across water. The media took hold of this statement and jokingly called the objects he saw flying saucers. While Kenneth's account was the first widely publicized UFO sighting, perhaps the most important and socially relevant incident was what happened a few days later in the small town of Roswell, New Mexico. We all know the story. July 7, 1947, amidst post-World War II celebration and the cautious air of the new Cold War, the small military town of Roswell, New Mexico had a sighting. Some describe the object seen as a ball of fire, metallic and bright, that plunged to the ground and crashed on a nearby ranch. For reasons unknown, the Roswell Army Airfield issued a press release that they had recovered the remains of a downed alien spacecraft. What happened next was a full-on media blitz. There was talk of flying saucer debris.
He showed us this piece that looked like plastic or wood of some kind, and he said that there was some metallic-looking stuff that when you crushed it, it just straightened right back out. It wouldn't stay crushed.
Recovered alien bodies and autopsies.
They had no earlobes. They had 2 ear canals, 2 very small orifices for the nose, a concave face.
FBI, Men in Black, and Acts of God. A news story was released less than 24 hours after the initial report, stating that the debris collected was nothing more than a weather balloon. Some were relieved, while others cried foul. The media grabbed hold of this flying saucer business and refused to let go, giving birth to the modern age of the American UFO craze.
The thing from another world. This is the spot where it was first seen, and these are the first people who saw the thing.
What one discovers about these initial UFO-themed movies that began to populate American cinema in the 20th century is that they embody the central theme of the impact of this phenomenon on our society: fear. The UFOs, the aliens, the little green men, they all become a part of what popular culture fears, the modern-day equivalent of vampires, ghosts, and monsters under our beds. In an age when nuclear war looms eerily on the horizon, the thought of an alien threat bent on global destruction seems all too plausible. The American people start seeing little difference between the Germans, the Red Threat, the Japanese, and aliens. All blend into an apocalyptic face of fear. But just how many people really believe in UFOs? You might be surprised. As you can see in this poll conducted by Gallup only a month after the Roswell incident, most people don't have much to say about UFOs. Of all the explanations given, the only one that can be used to support an argument about extraterrestrial life is the last, called Other Explanations. This chart, taken from the Mutual UFO Network's research of nationally conducted polls over the last 50 years, shows a steady increase in belief in UFOs. The chart shows interesting correlations between people's belief in extraterrestrial life and times of war, peaking in the 2008 poll, which showed a majority vote of 56% of Americans looking anxiously towards the stars. To put things in perspective, that's 24% higher than the amount of Americans who believe in ghosts, and only 22% lower than the amount of Americans who believe in God. I did a random poll of 50 students here at FSU aged 18 to 22 to find their views about extraterrestrial life. As you can see, a whopping 74% of those polled believed in extraterrestrial life outside of our planet, with only 4% claiming they didn't know. Why such belief in Tallahassee? Maybe it's this. This video was shot on September 5th, 2005, while most of us as freshmen headed back to school on that Monday after Labor Day weekend. It was shot in Tallahassee by a man who was playing with his daughters in their backyard. The man didn't wish to disclose his name, but said their family's home is located on North Monroe Street. The object in the video was witnessed by the man, his wife, his daughters, and his neighbors for a total of 24 minutes. The actual video is about 20 minutes long. As you can see, it depicts a translucent object in a strange shape with a glowing red circle at its core. Very strange indeed. And it just gets weirder. Perhaps the surge in belief in UFOs also came from the advent of the personal camcorder. As more people had access to video recording devices, more and more videos came to light. And once the internet became mainstream, even more videos came forth. Day videos, night videos, even videos in space. Especially because of the technologies of today, many, if not most videos one can access on the internet are absolute fakes. If not knowingly, people often spread falsities as truth because they are so easily conned. The fact of the matter is that with CGI as good as it is today, there's almost no real way to say that any video is entirely real. But the sheer number does make you think, what are these things really? Who knows? Some believe they're projections of our collective unconsciousness, partially real, partially in our minds. Dozens of religions have sprung up that focus on UFOs, many of them cults that prey upon people's need to know the unknown and exploit them, often with fatal results. And more recently, they've been called the harbingers of a new awareness, a shift in time and space that many claim will take place in 2012. A quick trip to our local Barnes & Noble shows an entire section devoted to this new apocalyptic craze. Whatever the answers may be, human beings will undoubtedly continue to look at the stars and ask that most looming of questions. Are we alone?
Guilty. Next case.